friends, welcome back to my vlog. So this year I decided to travel to Costa Rica all by myself, and it was honestly one of the best decisions I've ever made. I'm going to be splitting up the trip between 3 different cities: La Fortuna, Monteverde, and Nosara. I'm going to take you along with me, and it's going to be incredibly helpful, especially if you're a female solo traveler and you're wondering if it's safe, worth it, what to actually do while you're here. I did a lot of research and made sure to find the best spots, so definitely save this video if you're planning your own trip soon. Good morning, guys. I made it to Costa Rica. This is my first solo travel trip of the year, and I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of nervous about this one, but so far it's been amazing. Everyone's incredibly nice and helpful, and for the most part you can get by even if you're not like fluent in Spanish. I can kind of understand it and speak it, but I definitely need some brushing up to do because I forgot a lot of it. I have a lot of things planned for the trip and I'm super excited, but I just wanted to talk to you guys more about it. So one thing right off the bat I would mention, if you're considering traveling to Costa Rica, do not rent a car, especially if you're alone. I was just looking at all the roads and there's no way in hell I could be able to drive this. Right now is the rainy season and the roads can get really tricky to drive, and it's like so misty as well, so you can like barely see. I'd rather have the comfort of just paying someone to help out with that. So what I've been doing is I'm gonna take a shuttle to like the major cities, because those ones can be like 3 or 4 hours long, and then when I'm in this city I'm gonna just take an Uber to like restaurants and excursions and stuff. Another thing I'll mention is that it is pretty safe here. Like I'm feeling really safe. It's not the people I'm worried about, it's more so the bugs. I have to get over my fear of bugs, you guys. Last night there were like 3 flying grasshoppers just like zooming around in my room, and they were making so much noise and I was so scared. I had to sleep with like the covers over my head because I'm just terrified of like waking up and finding a bug on my bed. I don't know, I'm just gonna have to really get over my fear of bugs because they're everywhere, obviously. But anyways, it's been so peaceful here. I have my Kindle here. I'm reading The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, and it's so good. Oh my gosh, I'm like already a 4th of the way in, and I just started yesterday, but I'm hooked. So I'm really happy to have like a good book to read. I packed a lot of like athletic hiking outfits. For this weather, you definitely want to have layers just in case, because it does get kind of cool in some areas. But primarily all you need are just like yoga outfits, workout gear and stuff. I have this Lululemon Define jacket, Lululemon joggers, and then Beyond Yoga tank top here. And then I just have some shoes, my Nike shoes to walk around. But these are like kind of the outfits you want to be packing. It's definitely not a fashion show here because it gets so humid. So like pack very minimal makeup because you're gonna sweat it all off, to be honest. This is my Airbnb, by the way. It's so beautiful. This is already a mess, but you get this beautiful balcony and private pool. Like look how beautiful that is. And then the bathroom is just so pretty. It's literally in a jungle. Like what? Like when you're taking a shower, you're just like surrounded by trees and stuff. But anyways, I am running late for my coffee and chocolate tour, so I'll see you guys very soon. I started off my trip with 2 of my favorite things, chocolate and coffee. On this tour, we explored how you can harvest the cacao plant and turn it into pure chocolate. I learned that Costa Rica's rich volcanic soil actually makes it the perfect place to grow some of the finest coffee beans. We learned about the different types of roasted coffee beans, and I even got to try 100% pure dark chocolate, which, spoiler alert, was very bitter. Oh, also bumped into one of the world's most venomous snakes on the tour. No big deal. The next day, I went on a full-day hiking adventure. First stop, La Fortuna waterfall. Whenever I'm traveling solo, I always try to book a few group tours along the way. It's such a good way to meet people and feel less alone when you're on the road. Good morning, guys. I am currently hiking the La Fortuna waterfalls. I split away from the group because everyone else is swimming and I don't know how to swim. So hiking all by myself, and definitely a little nervous. And honestly, that's why I'm vlogging, because it helps me be less nervous. I'm just worried about the snakes, man. Please, no snakes. I think I'll be fine. Cause like, as long as I pass through the trail and I don't touch anything and I'm looking where I'm stepping, I should be fine. Whew. Okay, it's definitely a hike. I definitely wish I knew how to swim. On second thoughts, I'm really glad I came here alone because I get this view all to myself. This is so pretty. Wow. After one of the most steepest hikes of my life, I finally made it to the breathtaking La Fortuna waterfall. La Fortuna means fortune or luck in Spanish. The indigenous people of Costa Rica believe these waters have healing powers, and I certainly believe it. I was taken aback by how strong and powerful this stream was, and the water was so crystal clear, one of the purest water you could find on the earth. I started not feeling so bad after all that I didn't know how to swim because I got this beautiful view all to myself. You guys, I made it to the hanging bridge, and I get it all to myself. Look at this. How cool is this? Is this not kind of scary? Okay, let's go. Oh my gosh, look at this view. It's actually not that scary. It's pretty sturdy. Ah! Ow! I hurt my arm. Look what I do for vlogging. Okay. Yeah. Not that scary. Not that scary. I finished off the hike snake bite free and super proud of myself for doing it all on my own. The next day I headed to Monteverde. Now there are two main ways of getting there, by driving or by boat. A local suggested I take the boat and I was so happy I listened. I had the most beautiful views of the Arenal volcano and I truly felt like I was on an adventure. I cannot explain how breathtaking the views were, and I kept staring at the rainforest and imagining what must be going on in there. We finally made it on land and I hopped on a shuttle for the rest of the journey to my Airbnb. This was a full day's worth of travel, but honestly, the views alone made it feel like an entire trip of their own. Hey guys, so I finally made it to my next Airbnb in Monteverde, and it's nighttime, so I'm not gonna bother showing it to you yet. But one thing I will say is that there are so many bugs. And that makes sense, you know? I booked this Airbnb in the middle of a jungle, so obviously there's gonna be some friends. I feel so bad. I do, I really do. But at the same time, there's no way I can sleep if they're all just crawling and flying around. And especially with these big ones, like they just look so scary. So I like closed my bedroom so none of them can fly in there. I'm just scared. I'm scared that I'm gonna like step on one. Earlier I stepped on something and I heard a crunch and I feel like I stepped on a bug for sure. Oh my god. Guys, I have to get over my insect phobia. Like, what's the worst that could happen, right? They could sting you and it'd be very painful. Okay, yeah, get over it. Like, it happens. And I just don't want to be stung. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, freshen up, and honestly, I'm just so tired. I need something. I definitely need to eat. I also just got my period, and that's just not fun when you're traveling. Oh, it's the worst. Gosh, being a woman sometimes can be like such a pain, like when you're traveling, like especially because like we stopped at like, you know, random restrooms and stuff where like you have to make sure you freshen up, and like it's just a lot because you're like in so much pain and cramping and bleeding and all this, like, and you're traveling in a very remote area. I have to look for my ibuprofen. I know I packed it somewhere in here because I cannot handle these cramps. It is just too much, too much. I don't know if I've shared with you guys, but I pretty much have endometriosis, which causes more painful cramps than average. Apparently it's like considered one of the most painful conditions. And I certainly believe that because the whole drive over, it was beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I was in a lot of pain. I'm happy like I didn't pass out because I couldn't find my ibuprofen, and I was just like really like white knuckling through it. Did I find it? Okay, yes I did. Thank goodness. Guys, so I decided I am not going out for dinner after all because I'm kind of getting a little bit of a fever, which I typically get on the first day of my period, so I'm just not up for it. The Airbnb owner did leave some breakfast items, so I'm just gonna make breakfast for dinner. I have some eggs here, and then I also have this nice bread and some jelly. What more can you ask for? Today I'm heading to explore the cloud forest, one of the most biodiverse rainforests in the world. These rainforests are home to such incredible wildlife: sloths, monkeys, snakes, frogs, and even pumas. Apparently, it's best to go early in the morning to increase your chance of seeing wildlife, so my tour guide and I were one of the first to enter the park.
A guy, there's gonna be a butterfly.
Oh.
And actually, if you see a guy with those feathers, normally don't touch it, right?
Okay.
But in this case, this guy just used this to camouflage. You know, it's a system to camouflage. They don't really bite.
So it's not actually
But
poisonous.
yeah, so if the birds come and see this guy, say, oh, better don't eat them because could be a, you know, it's a camouflage system with a feather. But that one is going to be in a beautiful filter now butterfly.
Unfortunately, we didn't spot too many animals, but we saw some amazing insects and waterfalls. And of course, I got to walk through the hanging bridges. I fell in love with these hanging bridges. It truly feels like you're amongst the trees in the forest. Gracias, pura vida.
Es de tarántula.
I just got back from a full day cloud forest tour with Alex. He is like a tour guide, but we ended up just spending like the whole day together. He showed me around town, we grabbed lunch, and then this Airbnb that I'm staying at is part of like his family's like farm. And so we walked around and we were just picking fruit off the trees and trying it and just talking about like all the different like fruits they grow here and what seasons they're in. These ones are really cool. What's it called? Like a rose apple, basically, and it literally tastes like a rose. It has such a sweet flavor, but oftentimes insects get in these and create a little hole and just like live in there, but these ones are completely fine. So I'm gonna try. It has such like a fragrance kind of taste. Like you can just tell it tastes like almost like a perfume. It smells so good. I was gonna make you guys smell it. It smells like a rose. I got a passion fruit, and these are straight from the farm, fresh mangoes. Little grocery haul from the market because I'm probably gonna just stay in for the rest of the day and just enjoy this beautiful Airbnb all to myself.
Cada día doy las gracias a esta vida. Cada día me nace nueva melodía. Yo sabía que algún día llegaría. Qué alegría.
Good morning. I have this beautiful passion fruit, so I'm gonna make a milkshake. Today is the big day. I'm going to face my fear of heights and head to the longest and highest ziplining course in Latin America, 100% Aventura. I came here for the adventure, and adventure is what I got. I was so nervous at first. After a few courses, I started to enjoy it and I truly felt like I was flying. We ended the course with the famous Tarzan swing, where you're free falling for nearly 470 feet from the cloud forest canopy floor. I finished that course feeling on top of the world, literally. I hope you guys enjoyed this very raw and vulnerable moment of me facing my fear of heights. This was crazy. I can't believe I did this.
Don't look down. Don't think. Just step. You got it, girl. Woo! Oh yeah.
This is the moment I learned that true self-love is built by acknowledging your fears, but facing them anyways. I pushed myself outside of my comfort zone because I believed in myself and I knew I was bigger than my fears. For the last few days of my trip, I headed to Nosara, a quaint beach town on the Pacific coast. It's famous for its yoga culture and laid-back lifestyle, and is one of the 5 blue zones in the world. Blue zones are special areas in the world where many people live up to 100 years or older because of their uniquely healthy lifestyle. Most of the area is walkable, but you can also hop on tuk-tuks to get around. I mainly wandered through town, exploring so many great places to eat. I even stumbled on what I felt like was an Erewhon dupe. Honestly, it might be owned by the same people because it was exactly the same vibe. Fresh juices and health and wellness foods. I had to stop myself from buying everything. I even made a new friend along the way, and trust me, it took all my willpower not to take this cat home with me. For food, I highly recommend Rosie's Soda Tica for authentic Costa Rican cuisine. This plate was so homey and comforting. It made me feel cozy and happy, and it was really healthy too. Overall, Nosara was a beautiful way to end this incredible solo adventure. I am so grateful to have you guys along for the journey, and I hope this inspires you to take a trip on your own. For anyone hesitant about solo travel, please go. Don't let the fear stop you from discovering who you are. You'll be amazed at just how much you're capable of. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next vlog. Bye.